I'm Marissa from LittleHouseLiving.com. Today I just wanted to share with you a few of my quick tips about shopping for allergy-friendly foods on a budget. I've had food allergies myself for several years, or at least I discovered them several years ago, and I have children and husband with food allergies as well. So I know how difficult it is to buy for food allergy people and to stick to a budget when you're doing that, especially when you're on a really tight budget. First of all, to stop looking for foods that you can't have. So it doesn't help you to go to the store and to walk down the bagel aisle when you can't have any wheat. It's just going to be depressing, and it's not going to help you in any way whatsoever. And then you're going to leave that aisle thinking, oh, I wish I could have this, and you can't, or the allergy-free substitution for it is disgusting, and so it just makes things worse. So the first thing you have to do when shopping for allergy-free products on a budget is to stop looking at those things that are not going to help you at all. The second thing you need to do is to stop reading the labels. So this kind of seems counterproductive. Still read the ingredients labels on products, but stop looking specifically for foods that say gluten-free or free of this allergy or free of this allergy. What you need to look for is foods that are whole foods, basic foods, fruits, vegetables, meats, things that most anybody can have unless you have a very specific allergy to a certain kind of produce or something. Stick with those items instead of wandering into the aisles of the grocery store and looking for things with a specific label. The stuff with the specific labels for allergen-free foods or allergen-free sufferers, they are always going to be more expensive than your basic whole foods. And then when you do find your whole foods, make sure you follow the rules for buying those on a budget, such as buying them in season or buying fresh or frozen, whichever one happens to be cheaper. Just of course actually read the ingredients label and make sure that it's something within your specific food allergy realm that you can actually have before you buy it. So the third thing you need to do is you need to save time and prep. So everybody bursts their food budget when they go to the grocery store and they're hungry and they have nothing ready for supper at home and it's 5 o'clock and you just want some food. And of course you're going to pick up whatever you find that sounds good. So the thing that you need to do, and the thing with allergy foods is they're going to be 10 times more expensive to buy something that's prepared than just a regular prepared meal that has normal allergens in it. So what you need to do is prepare your food ahead of time. So for me, this means using my crock pot a lot. That was kind of my lifesaver when I found out that I had food allergies. So I always prepare my food in the morning when I know that we're going to have a busy day and stick it in the crock pot, so by the time 5 o'clock rolls around, we are ready for supper and I don't have to worry about what we're having or pull out something that's really expensive. You can use an Instant Pot, any of the time-saving devices that you have on hand. Those will be very important to use, and of course you can use them with budget-friendly foods that fall within your allergy category, so certain types of meat. If you can have the cheaper cuts, those work really well in the crock pot, things like that. The fourth thing that you need to remember is to make your own. It might be nice to go to the store and walk through the allergy-free aisles and see a box of cookies that looks really good until you see the price tag. It is not worth buying that box of cookies for $5 or $6 or whatever it is to get, like 6 tiny little cookies, when you can go home and you can make those cookies yourself for way cheaper. Allergy-free cooking is not as difficult as it sounds. We've had several years where we've had to go without dairy, eggs, wheat, all of the top allergens, and I've still managed to make some really good baked goods. So it is definitely possible to be able to do it on a budget and make stuff that still tastes good without having to pay those crazy high sticker prices for something that's boxed and prepackaged just because it's labeled allergy free. The fifth thing you need to do, and this is probably the most important thing on this list, is to meal plan. And that goes for any kind of food budget, you always need to have a meal plan. So it does not help for anyone to come home after a long day of working and wonder what you're going to make for supper. So much easier if you have it planned out ahead of time. And the easiest thing to do is to sit down on Saturday night or Sunday night and plan out your meals for the whole week. And maybe you're the type of person that only plans out the supper meals. At least you have them planned. Maybe you want to plan out everything from breakfast to supper and snacks, the whole thing. Go for it. Any kind of planning that you can do in advance is going to help you. And then you'll be able to make your grocery list for what you need. You can base recipes off of what else you have in the pantry, which is going to save you money in the long run. But meal planning, if you haven't started yet, you definitely need to start it now. The last thing on my list, number 6, is to not be afraid to experiment. So about 1.5 years ago, my doctor put me on another new diet that is pretty extreme, at least by my standards, maybe by a lot of people's standards, and I thought, what am I going to eat? But by then, my choices, I felt that I was eating was such a small group of foods, I just needed to expand and to experiment. So I started experimenting with different cuts of meat and different types of meat and different types of spices and herbs and different types of fruits and vegetables that I had never tried before, but I didn't have any allergies to, so why not give them a try? And once I started doing that, I found all kinds of new foods that I actually liked to eat. And the bonus part was that my taste started to change over time. So I actually started to really enjoy these foods that I was making and stopped craving some of those other foods that I thought that I had wanted before, the breads and sugary things and all that I can't have anymore. I don't even crave them anymore because I'm enjoying the food that I'm making because I'm experimenting now. So I hope that some of these tips will give you some inspiration on how that you can stick with a budget, even if you need to buy allergy-free foods or prepare foods for your allergy-free kids. I hope this gives you a little bit inspiration. Be sure and read the full article about how to budget and to buy allergy-free foods on littleHouseLiving.com.